Okay.
Hi. Oh,
Hi.
I'm so sorry. This is just terrible, really. It's so strange because it always records, like now it's recording immediately. So I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. So I'm just
Don't worry.
I'm just thinking I can play, if I can reduce the screen. Right, let me just try and play to you what we were talking about in the last section just before it cut off. We basically we went through a really serious chunk of the course and all the information, but this is the last where just before we will cut off again. If you can hear
status for meeting, and then
it's not the whole first part.
So you can just like Google that and like just type in liver stones and you will see like.
Yeah, I'm just playing from maybe the last, well, it's impossible to show you really, to show you the whole thing because of time. You've only got a certain amount of time now as well. But we were talking, sorry, go ahead.
Maybe just let me know what questions have not been answered now.
Yeah,
what are not recorded.
So what hasn't been answered are, we were talking about being an example for the children. We were really kind of, and that's where we kind of hooked back on. So we were talking about being an example for the children. You'd already spoken about when you look at people when they are a health specialist that they're already glowing, etc. So you were really talking about being a parent and being an example to the people around us, that you were answering that question. Then I went on to ask you about your future plans. Where do you want to go from here? And then you started speaking about the book, etc. And yeah, so it was just reiterating all that. And then I asked you about your final last words for the audience, and you mentioned, just really, starting with themselves.
Invest in yourself. This part.
Yeah. So it was really those questions. So it was to do with, essentially, when we went back in, we continued a little bit about being an example for the people around us. You talked about your friends, etc., and then the children, and then your plans for the future and words. It was
okay. So should I repeat again this example for the children?
Yeah, that would be great.
Like, should I repeat it or record it?
I think what I'll do is, like last time, is I'll apologise for the delay and say we really did have a big glitch this time. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with it.
But you actually don't have to apologise when the VA is going to cut it anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't have to know. I wouldn't apologise all the time. I would just cut it out.
Yeah, but because it might go like that, that's all. So she knows how to kind of glitch it in. So I'll do it, and then I'll ask you to continue telling us that we were talking about being an example for people, and it just leads from being an example. And then we'll continue with the last two questions. It's not going to go the same as it was, unfortunately, because it was so good. But we can't.
Yeah, it was so smooth. I was a bit sad.
So brilliant.
Like, oh shit, that was so smooth.
So brilliant. It really was. So let's not worry.
I try.
It is what it is.
I just try to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to do it again.
We'll just go in with
it will be even better this time.
Exactly. It was pretty great last time, but yeah, exactly. I'm just sorry. I'm just switching that off so it's not going to distract us. And also, sorry, I'm just closing down these pages again because otherwise they'll make noises. Okay, good. All right. So perfect. All right. We're going to look different as well, slightly, I imagine, but never mind.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
It's about the content.
Right, exactly. Hello, everyone. I apologise. We did have quite a glitch there. Katrina, we were just talking about being an example for our children, etc. Do continue what you were saying. Sorry, you were cut off there.
Yeah, it's okay. So again, because you were asking me like what are the most efficient ways to help our children, and also I think it does not only go to children but also like to all the people that surround you. So it's your partner, it's your family, it's your friends, it's everyone around you will have like a ripple effect from you getting better and getting more healthy, you know. And I, for example, with my boyfriend, he had the Hashimoto disease, and he had all kinds of allergies, and he had to take medication in summer because his nose was running. It was crazy, and I helped him get rid of all of that, you know. So I really do believe that once you have the toolbox and the knowledge and start detoxing yourself and your body heals naturally, all of the ailments that you have, then you really shine your own light from the inside out. And this is the perfect example for all the people around you, and they will enhance themselves as well, because as I said, we're all connected, you know. And obviously if someone is in a bad mood or is like depressed, it affects other people as well. So even for people who say, okay, I never learned to love myself, I don't know how to do that, you know, then I always say, okay, but do it like for the people that you love, and know that if you work on yourself and like detox yourself, you know, shine your own light and be your best version possible, you affect all other people around you, and especially your children, because they are simply a mirror to you, you know. So if there's something that you don't like about your children, very often you have it inside and they just mirror you that this exact characteristic. So yeah, I think that's the way to go, to like just lead by example.
No, it's fascinating. It is fascinating. Thank you. So tell us, you know, what are your plans now for the future? I mean, you're doing some great work, and obviously you're thoroughly enjoying it. I'm just curious to know what your next plans are, where you're going to go from here, and yeah, what you've got in store.
Yeah, so basically right now at the moment I'm writing my first book. This will be published next year. So I'm very excited about that. And on top of that, I obviously the program is like ongoing, I would say, as well as the coachings. And what I will also start to do in autumn is create detox seminars. So like a 1-day deep immersion in Munich, where I mostly live. And also I will create yoga detox retreats with my best friend who's a yoga teacher. Right. So this is also something that's going to come. It's going to be, and we haven't decided yet on the location, but that's also on the plan. And there's just so much to come. And especially like for the bigger future, I really want to become the detox expert #1, because I feel I have so much to share, like so much knowledge, so many tools, how people can get rid of all their limitations. And I just love to share my knowledge with the world. So that's what I will be doing, I guess, until the rest of my life. And I'm completely open for like any, how can I say, for all that's to come. But the focus is on helping people. That's definitely the focus.
Yeah, that's awesome. That just sounds amazing. And you're writing a book as well. That's very exciting. So, and in terms of your
I'm very excited.
Yeah, and in terms of your retreats and everything, will that, when that becomes available, will that be in your newsletters and blogs and things like that? You'll let everyone know.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Exactly. I'm gonna share that on my social media channels. So I'm on Instagram and YouTube, and obviously I also have like an email list. So definitely like you can get on that too, and then you will get all the information as soon as something comes up, and you can, like there will be more detailed information obviously. And it's very, very exciting. Like I have lots of things lined up, and it just makes me very, very happy to see how people react to just the knowledge that I have to share. I was also like, I've been published by several magazines lately, and I just felt like a huge response, you know, like more and more people feel, okay, I need to do something, you know, to like get rid and detox myself on all levels, you know. And so yeah, there's so much ahead. I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
No, it's very exciting, very exciting.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, it's kind of great to be kind of with you when you're not at the beginning. You've been doing this for a long time now, but just to see you rise, I can imagine, you know, you're just great to listen to, and there's so much amazing information, and you're clearly very knowledgeable and talented, so it's amazing. I wish you every luck with all of that. It's really exciting. So this brings me to my final question for our audience today. Would you please give any last words of advice, and maybe just, you know, there are we've got quite a varied range of people that are watching the series. Maybe some people that are just, I think this is kind of a good starting point for people to kind of take a rain check on and reset their body. You know, because it has a massive effect on every level, exactly as you've been talking about. So what would be your final words of advice in terms of just telling people to, inspiring people forward to make that decision and contact you?
So my final advice definitely is to invest in yourself, because you have to see it from that perspective. Like just sitting around and like hoping for things to change, it will never happen. Like you have to take the time investment and the money investment and make your mind to it, that you say, okay, I want to change not only for myself in order that I feel happy and glowing from the inside out, but for my children, from my family. I like, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I want to show up as the best version of myself, you know. And in the end, that's the decision. And once you make that decision, you have to stick to an action plan, right? So this action plan takes time. It costs money, obviously, you know, nothing good is for free. So that's why you know, during those 15 years that I accumulated all of this knowledge, like I invested so much in me. I literally tried like every diet on this planet. I read every health book ever, you know, but it was necessary, you know. In order to progress, you have to invest in yourself. And it doesn't matter actually where you come from. For example, like the youngest member of my program is 15 years old, and the oldest member is 58. So it really is a huge age range, I would say, because this program is literally for a huge range of women, because everyone suffers with different things. You know what I mean? Some, they just want like a nice reset because they're already healthy. Some, they need like a deep reset, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like you get like a huge toolbox, and you can just choose what works best for you, you know. So that's why it's like, and also what I think is very important, if you want to like reset yourself, don't fall for these detox diets, like 7-day juice cleanse, or like a master cleanse, you know, because very often the toxic burden, as I said, is like too high already. And once you go on this very strict regimen, it all comes out, and you will have huge detox symptoms. You know, you will get headaches, nauseousness, you know, all of that. It's going to put a heavy burden, like a toll on your body, right? So definitely take the time and do like a lifestyle change and invest in yourself. So those would be my last words, because if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? You know, you just have one body, and you need to cherish that body. You need to love that body, because your soul wants to live in a healthy body, and it's always a feedback loop, you know what I mean? So when you are hating on your body, the feedback to your soul is like, okay, something is wrong here, you know. So they're constantly communicating, those two, you know. And like the more happy you are in your body, also like the the happier your life gets, because you will be walking on the beach, you will feel happy about yourself, you know, because and otherwise when you're not happy, you walk on the beach and you might miss the whole scene simply because of your negative self-talk in your head, you know. And it's like you can just exchange those situations. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're playing with your kids, if you go, I don't know, to the cinema, if you go to a restaurant, you know what I mean? Like your whole experience changes once you're really deeply happy with yourself, you know? So that's why I can really say it's so worth it if you take the leap. Because in the beginning, obviously, people will say, oh, you know, like I tried that, it didn't work. And then I tried another diet, it didn't work. And they just gave up altogether, and they think they can never change. But it's always about the baby steps, you know? You have to do one baby step at a time. And then in the end, once you reach your goal, you look back and you realize, wow, I came so far. You know, but when you are in the process of going that path, you don't realize you're progressing. You know, it's like taking stairs. You only realized you took the leap and went up and upgraded yourself. Once you took that step, you look down, oh, okay, now I'm higher, you know? But when you're taking that step, when you're in the process, you don't realize. That's why people give up, you know what I mean? They don't realize they're progressing. So it's really an investment in yourself that you have to do, and you have to have faith that it's going to all work out.
Absolutely. And then they can, you know, and that's why it's important to have someone around you that's going to hold you accountable and keep
exactly
forward. Yeah, it's really
exactly. I think it's so important, and in the end, we're all here to evolve. I really do believe, especially the times now, you know, like with the ascension, you see so many people waking up, more and more plant-based restaurants, you know, like everyone is a lot more health conscious than before. I have to say that there's like a huge awakening, especially this year, a huge awakening takes place. And I really do believe that like everyone is my teacher. You know what I mean? Like I can learn something from everyone. So, and if everyone is just like bringing out their gifts. So also see it from that perspective. When you're not your best self, when you don't invest in yourself, you're actually hiding your gifts to the people, because you're so confused, like, and so caught up with your negative self-talk that you don't realize you have all these gifts inside and you cannot show them to the world and help other people as well, you know? So basically, yeah, you're just like ripping off us off your gifts. So that's, you know, it's really true in my opinion, and it's our obligation, you know, to bring this best version of ourselves out so that everyone can like rise up.
That's so beautifully put, really beautifully put. Thank you so much. Really, it's inspiring to listen to you, and beautiful to talk to you. Really stunning. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for all your support today. We'll make sure everybody has all the information that they can contact you for the free course and everything. I highly recommend you make the most of this free course, because it's so fascinating and educational, and I mean, it really is, you know, it's packed with information. So thank you, Katrina. Have a great day. On behalf of everybody, thank you for taking the time. All right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
all the best.
Bye. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. A second time round. We're done. You were great.
Yeah, stuff came that I didn't say before, but I hope it was okay. Also with the retreat, right? Like I forgot to say it. So maybe there's a reason, you know, why this happened, so that we mentioned the retreat.
That's it. Exactly. No, you did really well, like really well. So thank you. It's not easy, that I think that was a bit of a tough call. I really appreciate it. And look, thankfully you're still available. So
yeah. No, it's all good. All fine. I'm happy, and I'm seeing it now recording, so it's all well.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll be in touch later today. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.